Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a different topic. It's not necessarily, it's not a makeup tutorial. It's just to give you guys some tips on how to combat this awful maskne that we've all been suffering from. I do have a few tips and quite a few drugstore products that you guys can be using to help combat it. Mine isn't definitely not gone yet. I will insert a picture here just to show you what it looks like without foundation and makeup on. It's definitely, the pimples are going away, and none new pimples haven't formed in a couple of weeks just because of this regimen that I've been doing with these products. All of these products you can buy from the drugstore. They're all drugstore dollar amounts too. I can't even think of the words, but I do have like amounts and how many dollars it is and total and how much you're gonna pay for this. But I got all of these over time. I didn't buy all of them all at once. I kind of wish that I did buy them all at once because they've been helping slowly more and more every single time I use a new product. But so yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. The first one that I really want to mention, my number one tip that I have for you guys, is this Differin gel. The retail price of this one, I have like my whole list right here of like sloppy handwriting of like everything that I want to mention, the prices and whatever tips that I have to mention. This retails for $12.89. It comes in a pretty big box, but what comes out of it is this tiny little tube. I've had this for 2 months now and I use it every single day. You should only use it once a day though, just because it will cause a rash if you use it more than one time a day. So I've been using this only in my chin area because that's where I really break out really badly. At one point I had pimples like everywhere, and Kev, like, we've been together for 10 years and he's like, I've never seen you break out so badly. But what also doesn't help is that the holidays were just here and we, don't eat the greatest. So that also didn't help at the same time, and the masks and everything, so on and so forth. So that is the first product that I wanted to mention. The second one that I discovered that I really enjoy is the Vanicream Gentle Facial Cleanser for sensitive skin. This retails for $8.99. This is awesome if you're trying to remove makeup late at night. It takes off every bit of makeup that you need to take off. And it leaves your skin feeling really smooth. I don't use exfoliators really that much anymore. I do once a week just because I know that they do leave like micro abrasions in your skin, and I notice that my skin has been really not as irritable lately, not as red. So that is one tip I also do have for you guys, is to not use exfoliators every single day like I was at one point. I was using the St. Ives one, and the only areas that I really need to exfoliate is like around my nose, my chin, and my pores right here on my cheeks. Otherwise, I mean, my skin's been pretty good. Like just around here, you can see the texture. That's really all I got so far. I don't have anything else anywhere. That's the only spot that I really break out, is just my chin, but it's just from the mask. And if it's that time of the month, I'll break out like up here or like around my temples, but I haven't in a long time since I've been really trying to keep up on my skincare. And but yeah, this one I've been trying to use a lot of medical grade products just because I heard that that's like the best you could do and for your skin. And I don't really, there's only one maybe two or three products in here that are not medical grade as far as I know, but all the other ones I know are medical grade. So I definitely recommend this if you come home from like a party and you really need to take your makeup off really quick and makeup remover wipes are just not doing the trick and taking way too long and you want to just scrub it all off. This is what I really recommend, and it's really good for your skin. Okay, so next one. Speaking of makeup removing, I do have these makeup remover cloths by CeraVe. They're the ultra gentle ones. These ones, they retail for, I didn't even write it down, but I know these retail for $7.99. You can get them at the drugstore. I highly recommend them. They do, though, I will say, I have dry skin around my nose right here, and when I put them on that area, man, does it burn. So I do have to avoid my nose area and use the Vanicream cleanser to really get in that spot. Okay, next up for everyday cleanser, this is a CeraVe Renewing Essay Cleanser for normal skin. This one actually is kind of weird because it's a clear cleanser. You can see it's clear, but it feels like it's exfoliating your skin. Don't ask me how it does it, but it just does. But this has been really like the key to keeping the acne down, because I started using this 2 weeks ago and I haven't had any new pimples form. I don't sleep with makeup on anymore. I used to, like in my previous videos, you would hear me say, I'm gonna sleep with this on. Like, I don't sleep with it on anymore. I do have like brand new black pillowcases, so I don't want any makeup on my pillowcase, and it's just not good for the skin. So I'm trying not to suffocate my skin anymore. And when I do this morning and night, I find that my skin has been a lot better. And like I said, it exfoliates the areas. I don't know how it does, but it just does. Okay, moving on to moisture now. To keep the skin hydrated, I have been using, this has been like a huge key for me. Bottle's super dirty, but I've been using the Pearlescence Argan and Vitamin E Nourishing Facial Oil. It's like that. This retails for $12, but you can get it at Marshall's for like $6. I really like this stuff. If you have dry areas and dry skin all over your face like me, I highly recommend that. It leaves you looking really dewy and really hydrated, and you don't really need that much product anyway, so it's gonna last a long time. So I really love that. So I'm kind of technically going in order as to what products I use when I apply my skin products to my face every day. So first I start off with the oil, and then I move into my Cetaphil moisturizing lotion. Looks like that. This bottle is big and it retails for $13.99, but I've had this since our first apartment. We've been out of our first apartment for over a year. So I highly recommend this stuff. It does hydrate really well. It doesn't hydrate for that long. So if you leave it on your skin for more than 24 hours, your skin's not going to stay moisturized. But I do have a little combination that I've been using to help with that. So I've been using the Vanicream Moisturizing Cream for sensitive skin. So these two pair really well. So the Cetaphil one is more of like a thinner consistency, but it's very smooth, it's very creamy. But then this actually feels like kind of like a primer. It does help smooth out your skin a lot. It's a thick cream, so it's not really going to, like, both of these products are not scented. Actually, all of the products that I'm talking about, they don't have any scents to them. My skin gets really irritated when I use a product that has a lot of fragrance to it. All of these are fragrance free. The only thing so far that is not medical grade is the oil. These are all medical grade, not to repeat myself, but I definitely recommend this a lot for a moisturizer if you are in need of a heavy facial moisturizer right now, especially with the dry weather. And this also leaves me looking really glowy. Okay, next tip I have is it's like a rose facial spray. So when I'm trying to do like jade rolling to help with like combat swelling in my skin, and because like when I was sick this past week, I had a lot of swelling right here. You can kind of see it a little bit still right there. So I spray my face with the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray with Aloe, Herbs, and Rose Water. Got this from Ulta. This retails for $7. This is the big bottle. I couldn't find the price of the big bottle compared to the small bottle. I think this is $12, the big one, but I could be wrong. Google might be lying to me. I might be lying to you because of Google. So, but it's still drugstore price. It's like either $7 or $12. Like, it's not a lot, but this definitely helps lock in the moisture in my skin. So usually after all my skin products, I spray this on. I like to, before I apply my makeup, I like to wait about 10, 15, 20 minutes. 20 minutes at the least though. Like, I like to go longer to let my skin products really sink into my skin, because otherwise it's not going to, like, you're gonna put your makeup on you're gonna put your makeup on to like oily, slick moisturizers, and your makeup's just gonna move around all day. So if you really want your makeup to last underneath your mask, you have to let your skincare soak into your skin, and you really have to just let it sink in. Even with your primers, I stopped using primers just because they don't really do anything for me. The only thing that I really will use is like a pore filling primer, like the e.l.f. one that I've like swear by. That's the only thing that I really will use anymore. I just use my moisturizers and my facial spray and my oil for my primers. That's really it. Okay, and now besides products, there's some everyday and weekly things that you can do to pick up as a habit. So my first tip that I have is drink a lot of water. I know, like with the dry weather and everything, your skin's not going to show that you're drinking a lot of water, especially with the dry patches. My skin's just been extra dry this year. I don't know what to do at this point, but I think I have it well under control because when I lay down at night and I have no makeup on, just my moisturizers and everything on, and I lay down and I scrunch my nose up like this, I can feel the skin cracking. So what I end up actually doing is, I don't know if this is technically okay for my skin, but I kind of just remember hearing that if you sleep with your socks on with some Vaseline in your socks, it'll moisturize your feet. So I was like, maybe I could do that with my dry patches. So I've been sleeping, if I ever feel like my skin is extra like crusty and dry, I will put Vaseline right here and any dry patches that I've been having, and I wake up and their dry patches are gone temporarily. Okay, so I know technically that was 2 tips, the drink water and the Vaseline. The next one that I want to mention is do a face mask every week, 1 to 2 times a week. The one that I like to do that helps keep my skin super smooth and super hydrated is the Freeman Feeling Beautiful Soothing Watermelon and Aloe Cooling Gel Mask. It's a clear consistency. You just put it on an even thin layer. You leave it on for about 10 minutes and then you just wash it off, and then you put your skincare on, your moisturizers and everything. And I do this on Sundays and Wednesdays. At least I try to. Sundays and Wednesdays are typically like my self-care days. I don't know what made me I don't know. I really just enjoy doing that stuff, and Kev knows how much it means to me to do a lot of self-care. So what that means is, like, I will wash my hair only on Sundays and Wednesdays. Doesn't mean that I don't shower every day. I do shower every day. I just don't wash my hair every day. So I put on like a shower cap. I look ridiculous. Yeah. It's a lot of a process. I'll like shave and everything. I'll exfoliate my skin, and then I'll shave my face with like a tiny little facial razor. I've mentioned it in one of my other videos before, but yeah, that's what I do. I don't shave my face twice a week though. I only do once every other week, just because I know it's not like all that great for your skin. My last tip for you, and I hope you guys take this and you run with it, because this has been a huge game changer for me, especially with the way that I feel. I have POTS, I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, I have SIBO, I have IBS, I have my gallbladder removed, I have a bunch of GI problems, and this has been helping it a lot. So typically what I usually do is I drink cucumber and celery juice. So my beautiful, wonderful mom Santa bought me a juicer for Christmas this past year in 2020. And I have been drinking that every single day religiously, about 15 ounces. And I have noticed a lot of moisture locking into my skin a lot better. And my other issues with like IBS and SIBO and everything has been calming down a lot. So not to be like TMI, I'm not going to get into those problems, but it is related to the gallbladder surgery. So I did want to just mention that final tip, because I am trying to prove to Kev that it does help with their skin, it does help with mental clarity, and it helps with a bunch of other things. So if you don't believe me too, like Kev, Google it, look into it. It's been helping me. Celery is not that expensive, and neither is cucumber, so what does it hurt? The only thing that's going to be expensive is the juicer, but it will be really worth it in the long run if you're trying to take care of your health. You can also make other juices too. You can make like carrot juice, you can make a bunch of other things, and Mika's joining me too, so she's right there. Anyway, yeah, I have been really trying to just take care of my health. I'm trying to lose weight. I need to lose weight. It's giving me like back pain and everything, and this is not a video for me to complain, but I'm just saying, like, it's helping a lot. It's helping me lose it's not helping me shed pounds, but I've lost a few pounds since I've started to do this, and I'm not bloated anymore. Isn't that a bonus? Come on, guys. Like, come on. bloated all the time. Like, I'm sure you're bloated all the time too. So look into it. If you're interested and you have any questions, you can ask me. I do have a book that I do want to recommend. I don't have it on hand with me. It is by, what is her name? I don't remember. Let me go grab the book. Okay, so the book is called Goop Clean Beauty by the editors of Goop, by Gwyneth Paltrow. I bought this when I was Christmas shopping. I got it at Home Goods for like $9, and I saw it and I was really intrigued. So I really wanted to look into it. She swears by celery juice and cucumber juice and all of that. So get this book. If any of my friends want to borrow it, I'm more than welcome to. Anyway, that wraps up all of my tips that I have for you guys. Like I said, if you have any further questions on any of these tips, send me a message. I will, talk further about it with you. If you have any tips for me and you think, if you have any information on the products that I'm using and they're wrong, let me know. I'm all about criticism, only if it's nice. If it's mean and calling me stupid, no, you're gonna go. But anyway, yeah. So let me know in the comments down below how you feel about this, if you have any questions or any tips for me, like I said, and thanks for watching. Bye.